So let's start with, let's create a little bit of things that are going to help us with our UI and stuff like that. So for example, we kind of need of a net turn. Let's see. And turn, then let's create the text. And turn, and of course this one is going to be hooked onto the game manager. But, oops, that's not the game manager, that's the game manager. But I think we do not have any calls for ending the turn. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's go into our game manager. As we know, we have a current player who wants to end the turn. Okay, so OP player, an operation that the player ends the turn. So let's see, where should we start from that? I think we can just make a call. And let's do a region UI calls. Though I think we might not actually have a lot of things that is going to be used there. So end public void, going to say UI and turn. Now, in the future, we need to know or do a player check so that you're actually ending your own turn and not the other guy's turn, obviously. So let's do OP. Player ends turn for the current player. Okay, we don't actually need anything else. Just to be sure, I think we have a debug turn over here. And yeah, technically we should do this like this. So let's copy this and paste it below here. Yeah, okay, let's do it like this. So we kind of need to visualize if we are in combat or not as well. But let's do this later. I'm going to put the call. Okay, so this will be ending the turn without us having to go through the game manager and so on and so on. Now, we have everything working, but we kind of need to fix a few things. Okay, and I think there was a bug as well. That was mentioned in the Discord. Let's see. Take the physical distance. Okay, so somebody mentioned there is a bug when you're dropping your card and when you're in combat and you are selecting this. Yeah, the card stays at the top render. So here's the thing. Did it? Actually, I don't know. Yeah, the card stays at the top render. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. I would like to make the attacks slightly differently. Okay, so let's say player assigns card for battle. Let's find it via the operation. And instead of parenting this, instead of parenting it onto the battle grid, I think because we're changing the grid, we're also changing the position of your battle. We're changing the position of the cards we have down. So we have more than one battle card, then that might get a little bit messy. So instead of doing that, I'm going to say, let's do vector3.up multiply by 20. For now, it might be too little for that. And for this to be working, I'm going to remove the top render logic. And we do that via the mouse operations. Let's find the top render. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to remove this, which means we might not be able to move the cards around. We'll see. So this will make a little bit more sense once you have your card down. So let's make it easier for us to get a card. First of all, I'm going to make the creature card cost only 1 resources. And I'm going to go on to my characters, which are on the game manager. Let's see, I'm going to do creature. Yeah, okay. This should do. Okay, so drop that there, and the turn, drop the card down, and the turn, and turn, and turn, drop this down, and turn. Now we are in combat, and yeah, okay. So because we reset back again via the mouse operations, because we reset it, it does it like this. So we should probably remove a few other things as well. Let's see where that should be. I think it's under the highlight card. Yeah. No, it's not there. It's probably one of these. So I'm just going to remove all of them. Yeah, as you might have guessed, I'm not exactly happy with the way this is working. So we need to do something with mouse operations and stuff like that. Worst case scenario is we're going to be making a duplicate of our card, and we're going to have it underneath our mouse follower. Okay, so now because this is disabled, it doesn't follow my mouse. Okay, so we're gonna have to eyeball it. Okay, so we're now in combat, and okay, so that's the thing, that because they are still on the grid, it just moves them up and down without changing the order of the other battle cards that you can have down here. Okay, so let's work with the mouse operations. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just say under the top render, whenever we have a new card, it doesn't need to be public, game object card clone. So whenever we're trying to parent something under the top render, instead of parenting him, we're going to be creating a new instance of that card, or the card art transform, I guess. So that will be if card clone is not null, then card clone equals, not equals, destroy it. Then card clone equals instantiate current card dot card art transform dot game object. Okay, then card clone set parent, or transform set that's not the parent, set parent to the top render. Okay, and current card, highlight card. I think with this we shouldn't really care that much. This will create 2 actually, so that should be current card transform. we need to close this for sure. Set active false. Set active true. Set parent. We're not using this anymore, so we can do current card dot current or card transform game object set active to true, and we can destroy the card clone maybe here as well, but I'd like to keep it just to know that it's working for now and we're not having issues with that as well. If mouse is down, it's not down, then handle card detection, otherwise current card. My mouse is jumping for whatever reason. So hit play and turn, and actually I didn't want to end my turn, so yeah, we're gonna have some small issues here. It does create the top render, it just doesn't follow the mouse. And we kind of want this to happen. Yeah, okay. So mouse operation, mouse operations. Not only we need to create the clone to put it on under the top render, but this is for highlighting though. But here's what we're going to say. If I think we need to store the card art transform as well. Clone base, and we're going to say card distance current card is not null, all transfer active, okay, active. So if clone base is not the same as current card dot card art transform, then instantiate this. Okay, then also card clone the transform.position will be the same one as the current card art transform dot position. Okay, and clone base will be the current card dot card art transform here dot game object. So that should put at least the card on top of what we have. Play. Yeah, okay, you see that? That's what it does. Which means we can just destroy it now. If current card is not null, I think that will do it. That will destroy the clone. And it does nothing actually. Oh, it does have it. It doesn't destroy it here. So let's see why. If we do not have card distance, and cloud detection, we're doing all of this. Card distance, then you're finding the card hook, okay, and if there's no card distance, there's no card, let's maybe add this here. Yeah, it's a little bit wonky. And I think it has to do because the events for doing the raycast, it only does them. Yeah, it doesn't actually do them all the time, I guess. So get UI objects. I think the pointer event data, they don't act all the time as, yeah, the current is not running on every frame. So that's a bummer. Raycast all, okay, so. So we kind of need to think of this a little bit more. So, yeah, things need to be thought of a little bit differently right now. Car distance. Yeah, I'm not particularly fond of this. So let's leave it here. Let's go fix the parenting the card. So if mouse down, we have it. Mouse down, okay. Broadcast player, okay. Then if mouse is down, then we parent the mouse follower, the parent override from the card transform. Okay, so instead of, we could try, I guess, instead of parenting the card transform, we can just do the card clone, the transform, and that should move your character, your card too. Yeah, okay. It doesn't take it as, it doesn't register for dropping it though. So, final card detection is mouse down. And when we are leaving our mouse, yeah, here it is, set parent for the current card transform, okay, then we can say if card clone is not null, destroy the card clone, and also we want the current card transform game object set active to true. Okay, and for this, maybe we do not want this, we'll see. Okay, so that's working. Okay, and turn. Okay. Now, okay, so we have this working at least. Let's see if we do, yeah, we do indeed get the top render. Awesome. So let's leave this for now and let's go and create a logger so that we know where actually are we. And we're going to create a text. Let's make it slightly bigger. Let's put it here. Let's change the color to white or something that we can read it. Let's put some shadow. Okay. Then game manager. Let's put some reference to the text. .ui and give me a second. Okay, let's just add a public text, log text, and then let's find it whenever we're changing. For the player, when you begin your turn, you could just say log text as p dot, do we have an ID? Player ID starts turn. String, not, oh yeah, we need log text dot text for that. Okay, and let's say when we start the combat, RPC, player turn. Where was the player begins combat? Player begins combat. We have the. Do we have? Or do we have it as a game operation only? Game operation from player. Yeah, begins combat. We have it. We don't have it as an operation. Log text p combat. Okay, this is just for us to know, what's actually happening, so we're not seeing a blank screen. Clear. Let's assign this text over here. Let's rename this to log text. Okay, so end turn. Player 2 starts turn. Player 1 starts turn. Can drop that. Can drop that. Player 1 combat. Yeah, we forgot to fix this. End turn. Player 2 starts turn. Player 1 starts turn. Oops. And there we have another bug where we do not have the card art transform enabled. Okay, so player, broadcast combat players clicking card. Players, and well, first of all, we kind of need to know. When the attack happens. So let's go on to the game manager and let's say assign card for battle. Here let's do c.card art transform set active, or game object set active to true. Leave that there. Let's try it one more time. What? Okay, and turn. Combat. Okay, it is in combat. Okay. So here's where we're missing the card art transform again, but if we go and look on the down grid, we will see that it is there. it's just disabled. So we also need to know one more time where we are disabling this. When it gets disabled, well, first of all, let's go and make sure that whenever we are resetting the cards, we are also enabling them or let's do it the card transform. So basically this dot game object set active to true. Let's make it inside the tap card as well. Okay. So let's start with this. Drop that, start turn. So I now can't pick this up. Now I can't. And I know what happens. Yeah, okay. So with this approach, I think with having a second render on top of everything, it's not actually working exactly great, because we are casting a card onto, we're doing the recast where we shouldn't. So there's a fix for that, and that fix will be to actually get all the image components we have once we instantiate this. So we could say image, and to use that image we need the Unity engine.ui. So I have this card clone dot get components in children image, and then for each image img in imgs image dot is recast target will be set to false. So we're not doing the recast on the clone image, we're only doing it on the cards that actually exist. Okay, so we're dropping this here. Now it should be a little bit, now it's more accurate. Combat, start turn, drop it down, start turn. Okay. Yeah, now it works kind of better as well. We still kind of have an issue with us selecting those cards. And now we have another issue. Interesting. So, you know what? Let me rethink a little bit the way we are handling the card movement and moving them around, because this gets super annoying. And once we get back, we're going to, I'm going to find a way to actually make this more intuitive without all these bugs. And once we get back, I'm going to show you how. So, you know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, and if you'd like to see more stuff like this, of course, consider supporting my Patreon so we can keep making all of these. I'll see you next time.